What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. And in this video, we're talking about some former OG SPAC stocks and where they're sitting at today, as well as the news circulating around them. I personally see upside with all of the stocks I'm about to mention, and I just wanted to revisit them today and see how they're doing. So before we get into it, if you don't mind dropping a like and hitting subscribe, it really helps out the channel. Check out links in the description to the free Discord server, my Weeble referral link, where when you sign up, you get some free stocks, and the Patreon if you want to join that and get my buy alerts, option plays, and market updates. Now let's get into it. So first up, we have Open Door Technologies, ticker symbol OPEN, formerly IPOB, and this was a Chamath SPAC. So this article says Open Door could provide a 10x return potentially, and this is an online marketplace for buying and selling houses, and Chamath claims this is his next 10x idea. So there's no guarantees that this is going to be a 10x, but it says here that Open Door is a business with highly promising prospects. A little bit of faith and a whole lot of patience could indeed pay off handsomely for Open stockholders in the long run. And I completely agree with that one. This one has been trading sideways for quite some time. It seemed like every time it would touch 30, it would immediately come back down to like the 25, 26 area, and it's been consolidating. And it finally broke out today. It's up about 10% on the day and 20% on the week, sitting in that 35 range now. So it'll be interesting if it can hold in the 30s or will it come back down. I do think if we get those red days ahead, Open Door could easily come back down below 30, and that is where you would want to buy this one. This article goes on to say that Zillow and Open Door can triple while disrupting the real estate market, according to Loop Ventures. They believe that iBuying will account for 10% of all transactions by 2030. We believe that shares of Zillow and Open Door are well positioned to triple over the next 5 years as economies improve. The opportunity here is that the residential real estate market is one of the largest markets virtually untouched by technology, at least according to Loop Ventures, and each year around 5.4 million homes are sold, generating 1.9 trillion in transactions. Now, I do think Open Door is a great company and has a lot of growth ahead of itself. So even sitting at 35 or less, if Loop Ventures thinks that this will triple, I could easily see Open Door being anywhere from $70 to $100 stock in over the next 5 years. We know ARK Invest is buying both Zillow and Open Door, or at least they hold both stocks. So that's also a great sign. I do think if this one were to come back down a bit, that adding more would be a good idea. Next up is one of the first SPACs I ever covered on this channel, and that is the Tattooed Chef, formerly FMCI, now trading under TTCF. This one has been trading sideways for a while as well, and I do think under $25 it's a buy. So on the day, it's up about 0.7%, including after hours, and on the week, only up 1%. So it is still an attractive deal under 25. But this article here says how this food growth company plans to generate $1 billion in revenue. So, for perspective, through the first 3 quarters of 2020, Tattooed Chef recorded revenue of $108.9 million, and it guided to $148 million for the full year. This implies the company will grow revenue at a 38% compound annual growth rate for the next 5 years, an ambitious goal to say the least. While Tattooed Chef had a lot to say in its Analyst Day, I believe its plan for $1 billion can be boiled down to 3 main components, which is new products, broader distribution, and acquisitions. So in 2021, it's a lot more common that people are vegetarian and vegan, and that's probably because there's a lot more variety nowadays, whereas before it was tough to find food and meet those needs. And one thing Tattooed Chef does very well is have a wide variety of on-the-go food that is easy to make and tastes great. Currently, they have 38 different products, and that ranges from cauliflower crust pizza to zucchini spirals and even acai bowls. And so that's 38 products in 2020, but in 2021, they want to expand to 62 products. And in the long term, they intend to have more than 200 products, which is awesome for the company growth. Another thing this article points out very well is that Beyond Meat and Tattooed Chef aren't really competitors. And that's because Beyond Meat is primarily trying to replace animal protein, where Tattooed Chef is more going for quality freezer selection products. And we know that they have some great reviews on YouTube. A lot of people do like their food and they're quick and easy, as well as the company's trying to get into broader distribution. So they're in about 4,000 stores right now, but for 2021, management is aiming to get into 10,000 stores, which would be 134% growth in distribution in just a year, which would be a huge milestone for the company to reach. So currently, Tattooed Chef is still under $25, trading pretty sideways. It's forming an inverse head and shoulders, which is a bullish pattern, so it could break out pretty soon here. But if it doesn't, I expect Tattooed Chef to break out when they report earnings. I think they're going to crush earnings, and I believe that is going down on March 1st. So we'll definitely keep watch on that. But right now is the time that I think building out your position or getting some leaps on Tattooed Chef would be smart. I definitely see them heading higher in the near future. Next up is ticker symbol GNOG, currently sitting around $18. This is Golden Nugget Online Gaming, which is formerly LCA. They just reported earnings and they reported a 63% rise in full year revenue, and the company is very proud of that. So their total revenue between 90 and 91 million compared to 55 million in 2019 is an approximate gain of 63%. Gross gaming revenue had an increase of 67%, and operating income had an increase of approximately 38%. So those are some great numbers and awesome news for the company. So this one is sitting around $18 like we said, and if overall market sentiment, continues to sell off, if the overall market sells off, we could see this one even dip below 18, which I think would definitely be a buy here. You could even add shares if you want to do that. I'll probably be adding leaps if this sells off because that's just a better way to leverage my money for this swing. Now, shares are definitely safer, but this is in a falling wedge pattern, which I do expect to break out in the coming weeks. And I would play far out call options, May or further. Even the January leaps are only $665 right now. Basically, we just need volume to pick up here. We need the MACD to cross up and this to break out of this falling wedge. So I think if it falls in the 17s, I'll definitely be adding, and it presents a great opportunity. Next up is ticker symbol DM, and this used to be TRNE. So this is Desktop Metal, and they merged back in December. We saw that one shoot up to about 25 and then sell off pretty heavily after. But since then, they have spiked back up to about $30 recently. So Desktop Metal is a 3D printing company, and they engage in the manufacture of integrated additive manufacturing solutions accessible to engineering, design, and manufacturing applications. They offer their 3D printing machines. This company was founded back in 2015, and I know that Chamath is in the pipe in this one, and also ARK Invest did just buy into Desktop Metal as well. So let's get into the recent news. So the CEO goes on to say in this interview, here's where we are in terms of global adoption. Manufacturing is a $12 trillion market, but at the end of last year, it was only $12 billion. So it's 0.1% penetration, and this is like being in the semiconductor industry in the early 70s. Additive manufacturing is set to grow 11x over the next decade, and you can see their growth estimates right there. Now, this was one when I first made that video that really caught my attention. I think this is a very cool company, and obviously, Chamath is invested in it. ARK Invest is invested in it. So they do have some big things coming. And I do think something that really caught my attention when I was watching interviews with the CEO is that he said this is the start of the fourth industrial revolution.
Now you can print parts anywhere as you need them to produce a product. So we're right at the beginning of a revolution. Yeah, this is a fourth industrial revolution in the making.
And he said that 3D printing today is focused on the parts. But in the future, there will be economies of scale to make complete products in a way that's more environmentally and economically friendly. Some other great news for Desktop Metal is they just recently acquired biofabrication company Envision Tech for $300 million, and they 3D print biomaterials, and I definitely need to look more into that. And they also launched their Studio System 2 3D printer. So like we said, this one is currently sitting right around $30, but if we have some red days ahead, it could come back down and fill the gap below, which is about $27, and we'll see if it holds that. But anywhere between $25 to $27, I think would be an attractive place to buy this one and hold it for the long term. Last up is ticker symbol CLOV. This is Clover Health, a former Chamath SPAC, and I'm not going to talk about this one too much, but we know that it's been pretty beaten down over the Hindenburg article, as well as the rest of the Chamath SPACs. So basically, we've seen this one hit anywhere from $15 to $17 before, and currently sitting under 13 provides a pretty good risk to reward ratio and a lot of upside potential here. So if you have some patience, and even if you don't want to hold this one long term, it does look pretty good for a swing. So if you can get in under 1250, that's a really good place to get in if you can just wait it out. I do see this heading back to 15 in the coming weeks and months, so just have some patience and keep this one on watch. So that's pretty much it, guys. These are some of the potential growth stocks or even swing plays that I'm watching. Now, futures are down right now, so we may get these at an even better deal. I could see Open going anywhere from 25 to 30 upon a sell-off. Tattooed Chef, 22 to 25. Golden Nugget, 16 to 18. We could see this pull even below $18. Desktop Metal could come back down anywhere from 25 to 28. And Clover Health, 11 to 12.50. So these are the price points I'm looking to scale in, and if it goes even lower, well, you'll just dollar cost average down and wait and be patient. That's pretty much it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and have a good one.